Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, June 22nd, summer vacation. We out of school until September.
Forever.
Man, shoot. Yeah, we out of here. Before we get started, I was just listening to some music, and I'm just listening to these old R&B songs, and this dude's still over here with his mint.
Whoever is the creator of the Redbird handcrafted mints, them little fluffy ones, I told him before the show started, the mints are like if like a marshmallow and a peppermint want to have a baby, like, just get regular mints, man.
As you can see by his facial expression.
My bad, you listen to music?
No, I'm saying I was listening to old R&B, and
Bug.
one thing about those 90s R&B girls, they love to be side chicks. They love to be side chicks, and they got straight to the point.
They understood the assignment.
Yeah, some of them songs, I was like, listening to the words, I'm like, oh.
I mean, TLC had a famous one.
Yeah, TLC was creeping. Escape had a little secret. Shoot, I think even Aaliyah has one about creep. I think they are.
I mean, that was just part of the time. You know what I mean? The whole down low. That's when kind of the lingo thing came out around that time, around the early 90s. So that was kind of like the thing. So, people just hopping on the wave.
I just like it because some of them they got straight to the point. No BSing. It's like this is what we doing.
And too though, like them people, men and women, they're actually like they're musicians. They have lives. They're busy. So like they get to the point. When you're busy, sometimes you get to the point.
Yeah. And in the first song, they get to the point in the first verse. They don't even wait till like the last verse. They get right into it. The first song, first line. Yeah, this is like you know what's going on.
They let you know why they're here.
Yeah. Oh man, we got a lot to cover. Well, yeah. NBA season officially ended about a week ago. Sad. But now we got. I mean, there was a good WNBA game last night. I don't know if you saw it.
Nah, I missed that.
It was the Sky and the Aces. So the Aces scored the most first quarter points, 41. They went up 41-18.
Oh.
They lost the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's very puzzling, but that just sounds like something that would happen in basketball.
Right? But 41 points in the first quarter and then you lose? That's wild. That's tough. Man, is it?
I mean, it's not tougher than this game 6 we had to witness.
The game 6, Celtics, Warriors. I think you just saw a team that got worn out. A team got worn out after. I went in the shower after the 20 when they went on that 21-0 run. That's when I went in the shower. I was like, yeah, this game's over. I'm gonna call this a day.
Yeah,
that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they couldn't prove me wrong this time around.
Turnovers.
I wish they did because we rooting for them. But like I said, 1 year away. I think they probably will take it next year just because Tatum and Brown and Smart, if they keep them, that core together. They understand now what it takes, how much more you have to be in shape. You have to value the ball a little more. You can't get trapped in so many double teams that you turn the ball over. You know what I mean? You have to kick it out. You just have to play easier basketball and also carefree basketball at the same time.
Yeah.
So it seems like sometimes they were trying not to lose certain games compared to just playing basketball.
Yeah, for me, it's all with the story. I've always said that's all I kept saying in this series. If you want to know if they win and lose, just go look at the turnovers. Once it goes 15 and up, they lost. So this one, 23 turnovers, and Golden State got 27 points off of those turnovers in a game. You lose by 13.
And
that's it right there.
It doesn't help that, granted, everybody was getting on Tatum's back about not performing well, which, he deserves it. He deserves it. He's a superstar. But we all know he's going to get better each year. He's going to come better. He's going to come back even better next year. But when your bench only gives you 5 points, like, come on, you could have put a Doke out there. He didn't get you 15. In the shape he's in now. And then you got Damon Stoudemire. He gave you a nice little 10.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? Like,
I think what was it? The last 2 games, it was like 9 total points.
That's despicable. And
in game 5 and 6.
And remember, we was talking about this coming into the series. I was like, I'd rather have Poole than the rest of them guys on the Celtics, just because Poole, he's able to put up numbers for you. He might not be the best defender, but you have to worry about him on the offensive end. Compared to the Celtics, it's like, if the defense, if they're not doing their job on one end of the floor, they're not successful on the other end. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work. And they don't
They play good enough defense to actually win some of these games too. But you know, you can't. When the starters are giving you so much, you got to get at least a little something from
5 points.
Little, at least like 12. 13, 15, somewhere like that. At least that you could your bench could contribute to that. But yeah, this was just an all-out, a team that they got worn out. Tatum this is probably one of the stretch of basketballs he wished he didn't have, because nothing was falling in, and then it was frustration kicked in.
But every great goes through it.
Oh yeah, I was pointing that out.
They just don't go through it usually in the finals. Usually in like second round, the semis. You usually don't perform this in the finals. Like we can go through all like the Hall of Famers, all the greats. They've had stints they couldn't get past certain teams. You know what I mean? For years to come. Kobe shooting the man balls early in his career. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just.
I simply pointed out that Tatum and LeBron averaged the same amount of points and score and had the same amount of. Damn near the same amount of field goal percentage in their first finals. I just put that out. I said, do with this information what you will. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're such a homer, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's just information. I didn't even put in 2011, LeBron's second go around at the finals, because it was worse. I was like, and I simply put, this happens to great players. They struggle. And it happens in the finals. I mean, Magic Johnson was. He he lost his mind in the finals and was like dribbling, and then dribbled the clock out when they were down. So it happened.
But people forget about that because of the skyhook. But too, like when I talk about the Celtics having, I think next year's their year. You ever notice like when you drive somewhere and it's your first time driving there, it feels like it takes forever to get there. And then when you know where you're going, it's like, oh, it don't take that long. Yeah. That's how I feel next season will be for them.
I think if they don't fix that bench, they
will. They definitely will fix that bench.
They got to fix that bench, and they just need somebody to give them 10 points. That's it. That's it. But the owner did say they'll be spending money this offseason.
I thought he said they'll be doing whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. He said that, and Brad Stevens said he got the free will to spend. But on the Warriors side, I ain't never seen a team win a championship and they're just on full troll. They're like on full troll patrol right now. They're just trolling everybody. It's like.
Well, one is the world we live in. Yeah. The world we live in now, so.
But you would think with them, since after winning 3, you would think that's kind of like, but so many people counted them out, and it was kind of like, I mean, you guys did miss the playoffs the past 2 years, and nobody knew who was going to be on the court, so it's like.
And that, the ghost of KD was lingering because they want to prove that, you know what I mean? Yeah. That first chip they won wasn't a fluke. Yeah. So they showed it wasn't. Yeah,
this is weird too, because it's just like, y'all still thinking about KD 3 years later. Come on now. But for them, 4 and 8 years, they're pretty much the modern dynasty right now because nobody goes 3 in a row ever. I think they've had a few, but I think for Steph, it's kind of put him, his legacy kind of put him above some people because of the way they won and the way he took over like the last 3 games, and he was kind of doing it with guys that are.
I'll be honest, I think he's still where he is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it bumps him up anyway. He's still great. I just don't. I didn't really see anything out of the ordinary from Steph in this playoff.
I think it bumps him up just because their front court. I don't
he's the greatest shooter of all time. Where else is he gonna get bumped?
He's in that top 10.
Then he needs like 5 rings to really be in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them guys have 5 or more.
I'll bump him in the top 10.
No, I'm just saying, if you go to the top 10, most of the guys have 5 or more rings. That's all I'm saying. Like a lot of them,
like 4. There's a few in there that we won't talk about that. There's a few that they got like 2 in there and they're up there. But for the Warriors, it's kind of interesting too because they were they were like trying to play for like now and then try to play for the future with some of the guys they had drafted, which sometimes that hardly ever works because it's like somebody got to go. You got to trade somebody, especially when you got 3 guys that spend there 10 years. You hardly see it, but I mean, those guys bought in, and you know, you get 21 points from your bench in Game 6. Woo, that's pretty much a team win right there.
Bro, I already told you, man.
But they got bigger things to worry about now, like re-signing players, and because Andrew Wiggins is up for free agency, Jordan Poole, I think he's up for free agency, Kevon Looney is up for free agency, Draymond Green out.
I mean, to be honest, I think their best bet is staying together. You know, Andrew Wiggins had his best year with Golden State. If he wants to stay in that all-star form, I would try to ride this wave for a couple more years just to see if it pans out the way he might think it will, because he's an all-star this year playing well. He should be an all-star for years to come. And I don't think them guys leaving, they're gonna find the instant success or as much success as they do together.
Yeah.
So I just feel like this dynamic needs to stay together.
Yeah, but I just think some of those guys, like Draymond, at some
was
point
looking crazy this series.
Yeah, and he became unplayable at some point. I mean, he had a decent Game 6, but
it was looking 4-on-5 some games.
Yeah. So it's like moving forward with him, it's kind of because he doesn't want to shoot. He's getting older, and the position he played all those years, all that, because he was out down there bumping. It's like he's becoming kind of unplayable. And you got some guys down there. James Wiseman coming back too. Hopefully he's
Kuminga.
Yeah, I'm like if Wiseman comes back and he don't even have to be good. He has to be decent. Coming off an injury, they'll have a chance to repeat. They just gotta do some stuff with their rotation. But congrats to them on 4 and 8 years.
Definitely.
All right, got some more NBA, and ain't nothing like NBA offseason drama. We got a few. The Nets and Kyrie, they're called at an impasse, because I don't think. So they're not sure if he's gonna opt into his he got like $39 million if he opts into the last year of his contract, but I think he might be opting out, and the Nets they're not too shabby about giving him they want to give him a 4-year deal, but they want to do like a 2-year guaranteed, and then we'll see about the next 2 years. And it's just Nets drama that's been all season, so they have a decision to make, because in the end it's like, okay, if you don't re-sign him and he walks away, y'all don't really attract free agents like that. I mean, KD came there just because he wanted to play with Kyrie, and this happens.
It just sounds weird, like both. I mean, for one, it's a Jersey thing, because he's from New Jersey, they in New Jersey, like they both sound iffy. But like, just pay the man. Like he's the reason. Like I said, he's the reason why KD even came there. He's from New Jersey. I doubt he'll just walk away from his hometown like that. Compared to I doubt he'll do. You know what I mean? What he did to other teams, you know what I mean? So to his hometown team, I don't expect that. But you never know.
Yeah,
so
that's the big but. Right
but
there.
But just like them to pay like half up front. Like come on, bro. It's either business or no business.
Yeah, that's weird. Like if you don't want to, if you're not too sure about paying him just because you're never sure if he's gonna be on the court, okay, understandable. Then do something, make a trade or something, get something for him, but don't give a 4-year contract, but 2 years is only guaranteed, and then we'll see about the next 2 years.
That's just shaky business, man.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
It's weird, but some of the things they're talking about him reuniting with LeBron in LA was.
I mean, it was a conversation. They asked him a question. He realizes that playing with LeBron in his career was easier.
Yeah.
Most people realize that if you're not one of those people that need the spotlight, you know what I'm saying? Like some stars can't play with LeBron because they need the ball, they need certain shots, but like. Kyrie doesn't need the ball. Granted, he's a great ball handler. He's great on the ball, but he doesn't need to be on the ball because he's great off the ball as well. And he just realized that LeBron made his life easier.
I want to see that happen, because I want to see that will be some drama right there, because you'll have 2 guys that barely be on the court. Him and Anthony Davis, you'll be like, well, well, let's see how this goes because it'll definitely be interesting thing because they got nothing else interesting going on over there.
Kyrie was barely on the court because of COVID.
I'm talking about the year before.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, when he just said, I'm going on a sabbatical in the middle of the season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but he actually, have you read, listened to his interviews? He actually voiced out what was going on, you know what I mean? So it was a point in his life, he was finding out his true self and, moved on, he found himself. Now he's all right. It happens.
It's still those two guys that I think they've never played more than 60 games.
And question though, how come they make a big deal about Kyrie taking a leave of absence, but like any other profession they don't?
Because he did it. He said he did it, he just left. He didn't tell nobody, he just left.
All right.
He didn't tell nobody. And then
He didn't tell anybody?
No, he didn't tell nobody.
Not a soul?
He didn't tell the coaching staff, he didn't tell management. He just dipped. And then they were trying to find him and trying to find out what's going on. He left. It was his birthday coming up.
Okay.
He was out there celebrating his birthday, but he wanted to take a leave of absence. And legit, all the Nets wanted to know is, where are you?
Okay.
Or tell us something.
All right, so he kind of fell in the pool of this world that we live in that has more than enough ways to communicate people and just plays dumb. Like,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people do it nowadays. Like, I think it's weird because, like, you're always on your phone, so, like, just send a text. Even if you don't want to call, just send a text. Like,
or a voicemail.
Yeah, or voice message.
The voice message.
Through text. Like, there's all type of, or you can do the Bitmoji. Like, I like the Bitmoji. That's my guy right there.
And then,
all right, it makes sense.
I'll switch. First, let me go to Kenny Atkinson first before the Mavericks trade. This dude, so he originally agreed to be the head coach of the Hornets. Then I think on Tuesday or something, he said, never mind, I'm going back to be assistant at Golden State, I think. And then,
yo, people gotta understand, if you're at Golden State, just stay where you are. Stay put. Like, you guys are all vital pieces to the success of the Warriors. You got no business over there trying to take a head coaching job. Like, who are you? Like, not saying he is nobody, but I have no clue who he is. Then, like, you get skipped over Sam Cassell and other people?
Right.
I don't even know who this guy is.
He used to coach the Nets.
Last time I checked, the Nets don't have any championships in our lifetime, and and he didn't bring them to the finals, so I'm not hearing that.
Oh man, but it's just hilarious because it was legit, just like, and I think it happened right after the parade or something like that.
You
mean
he took the job or said never mind?
He already agreed to take the job,
and then they won the finals.
Yeah.
They seen all the confetti in the parades, and now I'm gonna stay here.
Took the shit, had all that champagne shower and all that stuff.
Oh, so he wasn't sure about them winning the chip. That's what it sounded like to me.
I guess.
Sounded like he had 1 foot in, 1 foot out when he seen they was back to being on top of the mountain. He's like,
because he was getting interviewed they were talking to him during the finals, and I think they had a couple of days off.
If I'm Steve, I'm talking to one of my guys in the back there. Yeah, we gotta get somebody. We gotta get somebody. Move him.
Someone said he heard Miles Bridges' rap song. He's like, I'm not dealing with all this. But it's true though. I don't think you're going from a veteran team to one of the youngest team in the league who apparently they have extracurricular activities besides basketball.
And I guarantee you, him and Steve had a conversation. Steve was like, yeah, man, go get your money, go, you know what I mean, take the helms over. And then once he seen that confetti fall, he was like, nah, Steve, I'm staying. So
he saw confetti and then he saw the Hornets Twitter.
Yeah, so
that was hilarious. All right,
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him.
I'll stay because he kind of like.
I mean, you get rings.
Coast,
you get rings at the end of the day.
You're in the West Coast.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. All right. Lastly, the Mavericks, they made a pretty interesting move for Christian Wood. I mean, I don't know. The Rockets seem to not really know how to use him after he came out the scene a couple years ago and was getting buckets for them.
Yeah, I was going to ask what happened to him.
And they got all those young guys and stuff, so he kind of like.
Now, was he not performing, or they were just using him well?
They weren't using him.
Because some guys have like these couple amazing years, and all of a sudden they just like fizz out.
Yeah, legit for him, man. I swear they were just playing more the younger guys instead. He wasn't really getting the touches that they wasn't running plays for him like they were beforehand. So it was Jalen Green.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so.
And some of those other young guys, like Kevin Porter Jr. and stuff like that. So it's like the offense is going through those three, and Josh Christopher.
Yep.
So it's like the offense is going through there. But I like this move for Dallas. They got a double guy, a guy you could run pick and pop for, and a guy who could.
They needed more rebounding.
Yeah, that too.
They needed more rebounding.
Yeah,
and
Josh Powell.
I didn't send you the DM. I sent a video. You know what I mean? Tim Hardaway Jr. rehabbing, getting some work in with Brickley and them.
Yeah, he's supposed to be back.
So, yeah, man. So Mavs gonna be all right next season.
Yeah, I think they're trying to set up because there's a lot of free agents coming up that they could probably use. Bradley Beal opted out of his contract. He's gonna be a free agent. PJ Tucker, he's gonna be a free agent. You could always use a vet that plays defense and can make open shots.
We could use Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
We need a shooter.
Yeah, we can, except the fact that somebody thought the solution for the Celtics to win a championship is trade Jason Tatum for Bradley Beal, and I just wanted to jump off a bridge.
Unfortunately, it's not the worst idea. I wouldn't do it, but it's not like Bradley Beal's a bum. He's a bucket, and he's more efficient. But Tatum's only gonna get better. I'll trade Brown.
And my argument was Bradley Beal played with John Wall, and they couldn't get out the second round. Like he needs another piece. You just can't trade him because it's gonna be like the Wizards all over again. They'll be competitive.
Yeah, I like Brown, but I would trade Brown for him only because they're similar players. Because they kind of do the same thing. Except Bill does that at a higher rate.
Look at that. I'll trade Smart into some draft picks for him. But
they're not giving Bill. They only giving you for one of them.
But now that he's a free agent, so unrestricted free agent too. So if you want to go out there, you got the money to go sign him. So go sign him. Go sign somebody. All right, NFL news quickly. Gronk retires again. He made that announcement. Somebody said, "I'm not gonna believe it until he's completely not on the football field in like 2 years." He said he's gonna wait 2 years to see if Gronk actually retires, and then somebody else said he just don't want to go to training camp. So, hey, this is why he's announcing his retirement. But it seemed like he wasn't really. Usually he's posting this stuff of him working out and doing stuff, but he really hasn't been posting anything of him doing any type of football activities since the season ended, and even during that little time span when they started getting ready for training camp. But
I think he told Tom, "I got 2 years. I got 2 years for you, man. If we don't get 2 rings, I'm retiring." And they went 1 out of 2. So
hey, you got one. You got one.
He came out of retirement for you, Tom, so don't get mad if he wants to go lay down.
Came out of retirement, he got one. Hey, good for him, man. He needs to retire too, because he got too many injuries, back injuries, leg injuries, arm injuries.
I don't think his body wants to go through the weight fluctuation.
No.
Like, you know what I mean, being so slim in off season and bulking up. Like, your body and your whole body just can't go through that continuously, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just time for this to calm down. Just be at a decent size.
Yeah, definitely. And plus, he's a marketable person, so there's other stuff that he can do that doesn't require him banging heads for 60 minutes each Sunday.
I mean, he got his weights. I was thinking Bowflex infomercials, but he already got his own weights. He got the Gronk weights.
Oh, he got Gronk weights?
Yeah, I think they're at the gym.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're at one of the gyms we went to.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. These are their own weights. Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay. Cool. Congrats to Gronk on that one. And then, okay, we got to go back to Deshawn Watson again. So they've settled 20 out of 24 cases. They settled. I don't know what this means for his future, but they settled it.
But when you settle, it still means you're guilty. So that means you're guilty of 20.
You're guilty of something.
You're guilty of 20. Like,
you're guilty of something.
That's crazy, man. I don't. This is mind-boggling to me, man.
Very, very much so. And then the next step for him is, what's the NFL gonna do? Is he gonna get suspended? And if he does get suspended, how long will he get suspended? Because we've seen him handed out like 6-game suspensions, year suspension.
How long do you think he's gonna play for? Just because you coming from the Texans, then you got the situation happening, then you go to the Browns, then they're known for just being given first-round draft picks every year. That it's like, who knows what quarterback might be coming out? Who knows how he's going to play after the suspension?
Yeah.
You see how guys don't perform well being away from football for 6 months, let alone 12, let alone 16. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't...
It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with him. But, yeah, it's just...
You know, I felt like Cleveland, the Browns turned back into the skid marks. It's like the wasteland. All I see is tumbleweed. So I think it's the Browns right now. It's tumbleweed, man.
It's kind of probably just like bad misfortune. Well, not bad luck. It's like the curse just keeps going on because they had like a little glimpse of hope.
Yeah, a little glimpse.
A little glimpse of hope, but then they couldn't get it right with the quarterback.
They had me excited, man, for a year and a half.
Had a lot of people excited. And all they got out of it was one playoff win. So...
Granted, it was a good run though. It was an exciting run though. For Cleveland, it was exciting compared to other cities and teams. Come on, bro. We grew up with the Cowboys and stuff like that.
That's the most excitement they've had in years over there for the Cleveland football team. But yeah, so Deshawn Watson, we'll see what happens with him as far as NFL suspensions or whatever else happens. But yeah, that story just keeps getting more weird. Yeah. We got Stanley Cup update. It is Colorado Avalanche. They put an avalanche on Tampa Bay. They're up 2-1 on the series. Game 4 is tonight, actually. Up.
No, I was doing math real quick. Like I know I ain't. No, I'm smart.
All right, so the Avalanche took the first 2 games, but the Lightning took the game 3 in Tampa Bay 6-2. You know, they had a 4-goal inning in the second period just to get themselves back in the series. And yeah, the one thing about after they went 7-0, they were down 7-0. I mean, they lost 7-0, I should say. And in game 2,
crazy.
And then in game 1, it was a close game, 4-3. So.
I watched a little bit of game 3.
Home ice. Look like the home ice is really the advantage in this one because you lose 2 on the road and now you back home trying to get yourself back in the series. So I don't know how good. I'm not sure how good the Avalanche have been on the road this postseason, but you steal one game. You steal this game tonight, you might have yourself a little parade next week.
Yeah. Go Avalanche. Like I said last week.
All right. Let's go to Athlete's Corner. We talked to Joenel Aguero about his recruitment and all that good stuff. And then, yeah, we're going to do that. Then we're going to come back.
You got to get right.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Athlete's Corner. And today we got a special guest. Mr. Joenel Aguero is here with us, coming off the football clinic over the weekend, this past Saturday, man. What's going on, man? How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Glad you were able to come down. Been trying to get you for a little bit, but you're here now, man. You know, your life's been it's been interesting the past couple years, you know, since your freshman year winning the Super Bowl. I mean, for you, how's this all been for you? Just everything that's been going on for a teenager. How's that, you know, just for you?
I feel like it's been fun, to be honest. It's been a good experience, you know, especially with the recruiting process, you know, coaches, visiting, colleges. I mean, it's been a great process.
Yeah. Let's circle back a bit. You know, for history, start off Eastland Pop winner. You know, because Eastland produces the best football players.
Facts.
You know, then you go on after you freshman year at St. John's Prep, and y'all had a heck of a freshman. You had a heck of a freshman year with that team. I mean, what was besides winning the Super Bowl? What was some of the memories that you had from that freshman season?
I feel like it was just the team. Coaches, you know, I feel like it was fun. It was a fun year, and then it was right before COVID hit, so you know that was kind of my real first year of high school football. Like, without all that COVID stuff. So it was just the whole thing was just a vibe. Like I liked everything about it.
Yeah,
it was fun.
The program, the program is always known for having putting out great teams out there. What was special about that team that season? Because you guys won it your freshman year, and then the following year they won. You weren't there because but they won it the following year. But what was so special about that group of players?
I feel like just communication through the team. We was all, tapped in with each other. We all had a great relationship, and our captains, they kept the team close. Yeah. We kind of had this team bond, so I feel like that went a long way.
And you talked about it. That was kind of your first year of normal football. The next couple of years, everything's happening in the world. It's like not normal. When all that happened after that year, because you win a Super Bowl, you're like, all right. Now, I'm getting my name is out there. People know who I am, so I'm gonna have a bigger season next year. But then, when all that happens, the following year, for you, what was that? Did that take you back a little bit? Because was that a time that you probably didn't play football for the first time in the fall?
Yeah, that was the first time I ain't played football for a while. I mean, I didn't really look at it as a bad thing. Yeah. At the time, I was looking at it as okay. This is a longer period for me to just get better in my game, make my craft a little better, get bigger, faster, everything. So I kind of looked at it in a good way.
Yeah, especially football does so much that it takes a toll on your body. It also help you, because you guys played until your freshman year, you play until December and stuff. So that time process helped you getting you healthier and heal. Was that the other benefit of that?
Yeah, that was definitely another benefit. I got healthier. Physically, everything, just nutrition, everything. I just got healthier all around.
Mm-hmm. What's been this recruiting process? It's an interesting process, because. There's official visits, then unofficial visits. There's all these other things that you can and can't do. What's the part that you enjoy the most about the recruiting aspect?
Probably just seeing around, going around, traveling. My family. Taking them places they never been before, and also going places I never been before. Just enjoying everything, pretty much.
Yeah. And what are when you get to these campuses, what are the conversations like with not only with the players but with the coaches that are pitching their programs to you?
They all trying to get me, so they're gonna pillow talk me, whatever say what they gotta say. So they trying to get the best safety in the country, so they're gonna say what they gotta say, to try to get me there. So
yeah, man. Did it ever get overwhelming, or was this something just like you're just going with the flow, not letting none of it affect it, just trying to process everything?
Yeah, I mean, it never really got overwhelmed for me. I got good people behind me, good family, so I feel like they keep me on track. They keep my head straight with all that, and I don't let my head get too big with anything either. So I kind of know who's real in this recruiting process and who's not real. Yeah. So I kind of just shoot through a lot of stuff, so it's kind of easy for me.
Is there anything that ever surprised you through any of your visits or anything? Was that
something that surprised me?
Anything that happened during your recruiting?
I'll say something that kind of surprised me. I feel like just meeting, these coaches that I seen growing up, when I was a kid, I used to watch all these teams, all these coaches on national TV, and now I'm actually getting to meet them and actually talk to them. Now they're trying to get me through the same goal they put their players through.
Yeah, definitely. And you're really putting on not only for Lynn but for Massachusetts as a whole. And I know you've seen guys that you're familiar with, or you might have came across with that just recently got drafted. Yes, sir. For you and those other guys that are putting Massachusetts football players on the map like that, are you happy with the fact that more nationally people are starting to come to Massachusetts more to find players, because there is so much talent in the state that it kind of gets overlooked by other states, so people don't really tap into the state like that? Are you the success of yourself and those guys that recently got drafted? How for your perspective, how do you feel about that?
I feel great. My freshman year, I was kind of, I guess you could say, the only top recruit, me and my boy Pop. Mm-hmm. But now, I came back, there's way more recruits. We got some 4-stars, we got a whole bunch of kids with offers now. So I feel like that's kind of that was my goal, pretty much. That's why I kind of left. and I left out of state to put my city on the map and my state. So now, I mean, it's good seeing all these kids blowing up because a lot of people underestimate this state when it comes to football. So just seeing that is just like, okay, we got something going.
Yeah, definitely. And you also decided to challenge yourself. You went to IMG Academy, playing with you're going to play against the best, and against the best as well. That whole experience. Just tell me about that your time there at IMG.
I mean, it was great, to be honest. I got way better as a player. I just as a person, and it helped me really realize and help me focus on the game more. So I feel like it was a great move for me, and I just got way better in every aspect.
Yeah, and when people go out of their comfort zone, go somewhere else, and then you're playing against competition you won't normally see. At what point were you just like, I really got this, because sometimes people have a little doubt, but then when they go and face other competition, they see how well they do it, and then the confidence builds some more. At what point during that time were you just like, oh yeah, I got this?
I mean, yeah, it was definitely a little nerve-wracking going into it, but I always like that stuff though. But the first time I kind of noticed, I was like, yeah, I got this. I say it was probably the first practice. We got all these top ranked guys in the country. We got top 10 players, number 1 players in the country on my team. I went up against I think it was number 2 receiver in the country. He ain't really did nothing on me. I was like, okay, yeah, I got this. I'm straight.
Yeah. It was that, did that open the coach's eyes, not only the coaches, but your other teammates' eyes as well? It's like, oh, we found something.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely opened everybody's eyes. Just because after that, after all them practices, after all the games and stuff, my recruiting just kind of even took off more.
Would you say the practices were kind of harder than the games?
Definitely. Yeah. The practice was so hard. It was way harder than the game. The games was kind of just, my team was so good, we just be chilling back there. The safeties, we don't really do too much. Yeah. Kind of just look at the quarterback, read them. Yeah. And the D-line would just get the quarterback before anything happened.
Yeah, definitely. And you were part of one of the most interesting stories that happened. The Bishop Sycamore game. Everything that happened after that game, how shocked were you and your teammates of everything that just happened afterwards, everything that unraveled and everything that came out about that program?
Man, I mean, it was definitely shocking. I mean, at the moment, we didn't really think too much of it because, they were bigger kids, but my team, we was just as big as them, so we didn't really see too much of a difference in terms of size. And, they was all tatted, we was all tatted, so it's just like, okay, they just a regular team. Then we started blowing them out, and then I think after the game, they were saying, yeah, that wasn't a real team. I said, what you mean it wasn't a real team? I get the ESPN notification, everybody posting on social media. I'm like, so that team wasn't real. It was surprising, but it was funny at the same time. It was
were your coaches telling you that before you got the notification, or you just?
No, we got the notification first, and then everybody just started blowing up everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. A couple of my teammates posted some things on Twitter. They started trending on it. It was just crazy.
And also, what came out of that story, some of the ages of some of those players.
Yeah.
You were reading how old some of those players are. Did that even? Were you guys just couldn't tell?
We couldn't really tell. Yeah. We was just too good. We couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That was definitely an interesting story, interesting thing to be a part of. And you guys also came up here, got the chance to play against Springfield Central, playing against Pop and the receiver, what's his name?
Joe.
How was it just for those guys to take that challenge and face you guys? I mean, because a lot of teams weren't trying to play you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was, that just showed, the confidence we have over here. I kind of like that a lot. And the head coach, Bill Watson, I feel like, that was a good move for them to just play against, top guys in the country. Yeah. Even though, they got blown out, but it was just so okay, we got some ball players here.
Yeah, definitely, and also now if you look at that roster too, and some of those guys too, a lot of them now getting offers from major programs too that are gonna So it just shows what that program has been building for a while, and they got Pop signing to Nebraska, and then Joe he's going to BC. Yeah. So that's good. Shout out to those guys. How would you got the decision to make later on and stuff? I mean, what are you gonna do to just make sure you make the right decision? How in this process.
I'm gonna just keep taking my I got my couple official visits. Coming up in June, so I got a couple. So I'm gonna just keep seeing everything, all the schools, what they got to offer me, what they, help me with, to get to the league. Yeah. And I feel like that's pretty much it. I just want to go to a school that's going to develop me the most as a player, because the plan is to do 3 years of college and go to the league. Yeah. So that's really what I'm looking for. Yeah,
definitely. One thing I'll say, I was talking to Paige about this, is that you made yourself into this. You put in the hard work. As you can see, me and Todd, we used to see you and your brother there when we were at the gym in the mornings all the time. We see you guys. You were in middle school at the time. You started putting in that work. That's like. That's one thing I say. I'm like, you put nothing was ever given to you. You earned everything because you put in the work. So I'm really glad to see that all your hard work was paying off. Because man, it was a grind for you.
Yeah, facts.
Man. Tell what you got coming up for the summer. I know you got your season coming up at St. John's Prep, but what you got coming up for the summer as far as 7-on-7s and anything else you got going on?
For the summer, I'm kind of focused. I'm just trying to lock in right now. So I just got these visits. I got, I'm thinking 3 visits in June, and then pretty much from there I'm gonna be training. I'm not trying to get focused for the season. I'm trying to get focused for college. Yeah. Cause I'm already ready for the season. I've been ready. Yeah. I'm trying to get focused for the next level. Yeah. So that's probably I'm gonna focus on my technique, my size. I'm good size, but I'm gonna just keep maintaining my size, getting faster, my speed. One-on-one coverage, just learning plays. So I feel like that's what I'll focus on during the summer.
Yeah, definitely. And then you also did a great thing with Stop the Violence this past weekend that you guys did the football clinic. A lot of kids came out. A lot of kids. You had a lot of coaches out there helping them out. The first one of its kind for you personally. How were you? I know you talked to me about this on Saturday, but how were you just that whole experience after that? Putting that together with your family, with the help of the Stop the Violence committee, and also just helping those kids get better. Yeah,
I mean, it was great, to be honest. It was, I got to give back. I know a lot of them kids looked up to me, so it felt good giving back to those kids and helping them better their game. Because I know I'm kind of like, I was just kind of like I don't know how to say it, like I was just kind of like the way, I kind of led the way. So now I want them kids to kind of look at me and be like, okay, if he did it, we could do it too. Yeah, instead of choosing, the streets or doing, things they're not supposed to be doing, they can do sports and, they can make it out that way too. Yeah,
definitely. It's good for those kids just to, just to see somebody in your situation, just to, just be around. It don't even matter if they want to play football or not. Just to see somebody there just taking your time, because you could have been doing something else, but you decided to do that, man. But hey, man, continue doing the great work. Continue doing what you're doing on the field and everything, man. You're doing a great job. Let the people know if they want to follow you. Plug in your social medias.
Follow me on Instagram, Joenel Aguero, Twitter, Joenel_33. I'll be there.
Yeah, and make sure this fall, go up to St. John's Prep, check them out. Football season, check them out, and whenever he makes his decision, we'll make sure to blast it up and we'll make sure to support him in everything he do, man. My man, appreciate it.
Stay tuned, state championship on the way.
Hey, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. You guys been watching Athletes Corner. Have a great one.
Yes, sir.
And we are back. Thank you, Joenel, for that. He's actually making his decision the 23rd of July.
Okay.
That's dope. Yeah, I saw he posted that a couple weeks ago that he'll be making his.
Where's he doing it?
I have no idea.
All right.
No clue. We'll do it. We might do it at St. John's Prep or out there. But, he could come here. You come here and do it. So he's going to do, because wherever school he's going to, he's enrolling in January. So right after high school football is over, he's going to enroll there. And then
getting there early.
And then take off. Because he's like, you get there, enroll early so you can do the spring game and stuff, and you don't have to play catch up because some the players that get there in July, like June, July and stuff like that, it's time to catch up.
Better be ahead of the curve than behind it.
This is facts. All right. So y'all know what time it is. It's time for our weekly Red Sox update. Been having fairly decent weather again, and you know what that means? The Red Sox have won 3 in a row. They are now 7 games over 500. Third in the AL East right now. You did 38 and 31.
Faith. That's all you need is faith. That's it, man. Just a little faith, man.
Yeah. So last night they beat the Detroit Tigers 5-4 at Fenway Park. Hey, man. Things are looking good for them. Even though the pitching is still a concern. Well, not the pitching. The bullpen is still a concern, but they're racking up these wins. It was looking bleak. Very, very bleak early on. But they still got a long way to go to catch the Yankees, who got 50 wins.
Man,
right now.
what did I tell you? Give up on that. Them dudes, they're having a historical season. We need to just get a stranglehold on the wild card. That's it. You ain't catching up. We ain't catching them. I'm sorry. This year we usually do, but not this year.
Well, unless they do, they get on one of a historic slide because 12 games in baseball isn't too much just because they play so many. But
bro, the Yankees is doing something different. Every time I see the Yankees on ESPN, it's talking about some history numbers, something historical. It's ridiculous. Just choke the hell out the wild card.
This is the best they've looked in years, actually, the Yankees.
Yeah, that's my point.
But somebody said, don't believe them. They're still going to disappoint y'all in the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. Yeah, I definitely plan on it happening. Of course. You see what's behind me? Yeah, boy.
Oh, man. Well, I did have some post-game interviews and highlights, from the New England Youth Tackle Super Bowl from Sunday, but I can't find my SD card with all that information. So, yeah, that's trash.
I mean, somebody might find it. It's not like Lloyd Banks' album. They ain't gonna blackmail you. Say, yeah, I got your album. You know what I mean? They might find it and bring it to the studio.
I hope somebody finds it, or I find it. It might be somewhere in my house. I don't know. I'll look for it, but yeah.
Yep. But you don't lose much.
I don't, but those things are so. I put it in my pocket.
It's probably in your car then.
No, it wasn't in my car. I didn't go to my car.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I didn't go to my car.
You put in your little pocket?
This one don't got a little pocket. Oh. Not in this one.
Man, I was hoping you find it right on camera.
But we gonna go to some highlights, some throwback highlights. We got some throwback high school basketball highlights. So check this out, and then we gonna come back. I was gonna do throwback football highlights, but we'll save that. We'll do throwback high school basketball, and then we gonna come back, NBA top 10, and wrap it up.
Yo, you working tomorrow?
I'll be here at some point tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You coming in tomorrow?
Yeah. come to the end. Yeah, tomorrow. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Lights Out Summer League. They've started at St. Mary's, so twice a week, Monday and Thursdays, there's games over there. Yeah, that's Lights Out Summer League. Pedro, any boxing?
Not this week.
Not this week.
Fight night over the weekend was pretty good. UFC. RoboCop Rodriguez beat the brakes off the dude. Oh my God.
Also tomorrow, at Marshall, they got the basketball thing happening at Marshall. I forget the name of it, but it's happening. It's happening.
Stop the violence?
No. Oh, they got their league on Friday.
Oh, was it that East-West thing?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah, they got that at Marshall. I think it starts at 5. Stop the violence. There after Friday. They got their thing Friday night. Yeah, catch us at the gym. We'll be at Manning tomorrow.
Yep. Either the Y or Manning.
Yeah, we'll be there working out. We got the mornings. We've reclaimed our mornings back.
Facts. Don't ask me to come to work. I ain't going to Marshall for nothing. That's it. That's like me going back to work. I'm not going there for nothing. Catch me outside for real.
LCTV After the Whistle, Instagram, Lynn Community Television, Facebook, Lynn Community Television, YouTube, linntv.org. I ain't got no B-Day shout-outs. I can't think of anybody.
I'm sure I got some family members somewhere, but we ain't talking about them this week. Maybe next week.
Happy birthday. That's a little shout out to the man in the sky, the man with the voice, Pedro, who makes all this go.
Sure enough, Raiden. Or call him Payton. Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
We're out of here. Have a good weekend.
Check out Creep Show if you haven't ever seen it before.